Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for First Descendant, and today what we are going to do is that we are actually going to check out the Clairvoyance build, alright, for use with Viessa. Now you can actually use the Clairvoyance with any other Descendant that you want, but due to its unique effect, it is best used with a Chill type Descendant, and Viessa benefits a lot from it. So, many of you guys have seen me using it on stream. Now, here is the build. For those of you that have never built the Clairvoyance before, let's go through it together, okay? As always, weapon videos, I don't waste your time. I start with the stats first, okay? So, let's hop right into it. Let's talk about the stats. The base stat of the Clairvoyance is firearm attack of 13,362. We've got a weapon option roll of 11.8% firearm attack. Now remember, where you see these increased symbols, that's what I've rolled onto this weapon. Okay, you can see the weapon rolls right here. All right. Do take note that weapon rolls are always disclosed during the detail section, and this is also a great way of telling who actually watches the video and who's just skipping through, because if you're skipping through, you're missing information. All right. Now let's continue talking. Okay, fire rate 400, rounds per magazine 40. Okay, reload time is 2.2 seconds. The firearm critical hit rate of this weapon at baseline is 20%. Now with the weapon option roll, this goes up to 22.64%. All right, and the critical hit damage multiplier is 2 times at base, but with a weapon roll, you are going to get 2.7 times multiplier, which is pretty good. It deals pierce type damage. Attribute status effect is 6.67%, but we don't need to worry about that because it applies the frostbite effect through the unique ability. Okay, weak point damage is 1 time, so we don't build any weak point on this because there's no multiplier. You can add a multiplier if you really want to, but I don't recommend it. And the hip fire accuracy is 98.88%, while the aim shot accuracy is 100%. Okay, the attack drop-off modifier is nil, which is the advantage of beam rifles, and the max range is 35 meters, which is pretty long, and that's why this weapon is quite cool. Okay, the beam rifle charge gain speed 1 times, depletion speed 1 times, movement speed, all this kind of stuff is pretty standard. All you really need to worry about is the sprint speed and also the movement speed while firing, 420, so you're not slowed that drastically, okay? And of course, you have bonus firearm attack versus Colossus because that's where you're going to see the most value for this weapon. All right, that about covers it for the base stats of the weapon. Take note that there is no damage fall off. It's either it hits or it doesn't hit. So even at max range, you're dealing 100% of the damage. Again, this is an advantage of beam rifles. Okay, so you can use and abuse that to an extent. Now, the unique ability is what really makes this weapon awesome. Okay, let's talk about the unique ability. The unique ability of the Clairvoyance, and yes, I haven't maxed it out. When I do max it out, I believe the chill resistance reduction is about 40%. I'll let you know on stream once I max it out. I just need one more and I'm building it right now. But if you hit an enemy with a stage 2 beam, all right, as you know, the beam rifles go through 3 stages, roughly, of charge. I will show you this in live combat. Okay, it will inflict void gaze on the target. Hitting an enemy with a stage 3 beam inflicts appalled calling. Okay, now this effect is considered to be the same effect as frostbite in some modes. So what you need to understand is that both of these effects are different. Okay, the first effect is void gaze. Void gaze reduces chill resistance by 35%. Okay, appalled calling reduces chill resistance by 35% and reduces action speed by 85%. Now, can we inflict both of them at the same time? We will test it in the lab before we go off and do our fights, okay? And both of these last for 2 seconds. So how do you cast it? Well, I'll show you in the lab demonstration as well. All right, so pay attention to that section and then pay attention to the live combat section, okay? So that is it for the unique ability. Basically, what you want this for is to reduce chill resistance, which is fantastic. Now, how do you build this weapon? Building this weapon is fairly straightforward. You'll recognize this build from Voltia, but it is slightly different, okay? Why is it slightly different? Because we're going to take advantage of the fact that this weapon does have some critical potential. So now I'm going to remove my camera and then we're going to talk about all the stuff that I built on it. If you've got suggestions or you've got a build that you think is better, please post in the comments. I'll happily test it out, you know, if I get the opportunity. But this so far appears to be what has dealt the most damage for me and has been the most useful. Okay, let's go through it. Starting at the top, we've got fire, rifling reinforcement, action, and reaction. I've also got a chill enhancement because since this reduces chill resistance anyway, it makes sense to have a chill enhancement. I've got better insight, better concentration, and concentration priority. Better insight will give you more critical hit rate. Better concentration and concentration priority give you more critical hit damage at the expense of your reload speed. Expand weapon charge allows you to have a 49% increased magazine, which effectively means another 19 bullets. Yep, so your total magazine size is 59. You want this so that you can apply the damage for longer, okay? So let's put it that way. In terms of all the stuff that you do have, all right, superconductivity charge is good for charging your beam rifle faster, which is what you want because you want to achieve the 3rd stage as soon as possible. Okay, lethal finish. When firing a firearm, ammo with an additional plus 60% critical hit rate is fired. This helps you bring up your critical hit rate. Yeah, it's not all that much, but it does help quite a bit. Are there any other modules that you can use? Theoretically, you can use mental focus, but you won't reach max stacks. You will reach just shy of max stacks. The other one is sharp precision shot, but then you're gonna use up your ammo even faster. So the choice is realistically yours. You can also use spray and pray to make your magazine last longer in that sense. But I just use lethal finish because more crits is better, and you do end up with a pretty decent 3.9 times critical multiplier, so why not? And fun fact is that the elemental damage does also crit. So I found lethal finish to be the best personal choice, but y'all can use whatever else you want if you find a better solution. Super cool plasma will allow you to hit the same target, right? And you will actually increase the chill attack that we have, which is further enhanced by this. You can increase the chill attack and reduce the target's defense, okay? You get up to 20 stacks, and the stacks reset when you fail to hit the same target consecutively, okay? So I like having this because if I have to beam something down, then this helps. The super cool plasma helps, okay? So this is what I do. Now, you've understood the mods that I put in this weapon, okay? Let's get into the lab and let me show you how this works. Now, this is the same, excuse me, Viessa bossing build that I've already had. So you should be familiar with it. If you aren't, then check out the video. Okay. Would you like to First, we're going to go into the lab so I can show you the unique effect of the clairvoyance as it is applied to the target. Okay. Then from there, we're going to go into some hard mode colossi, and you're going to see the effect of clairvoyance as we use it to sap the resistance of the enemy and then cast our skills, dish out massive damage, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Let us begin. Now, we don't need to kill the Vulgus for this, so that's completely fine. We'll just summon Legion of Immortality. Vulgus Invulnerability is on. All right. Take note of the beam rifle going through multiple stages. All right. It's only applying, as far as I know, 1 stack of the chill resistance. So I believe it only applies that 1 stack right there. Okay. At first, it'll be Void Calling, but then once it gets to the 3rd stage, it'll apply the other effect. So if you're looking closely at what is being applied, first it'll apply Void Gaze, and then once you reach a stage 3 beam, it'll apply Appalled Calling. Okay, so what does this actually mean for Viessa? Because the chill resistance is actually the same on both, okay, we're going to replenish supplies right there. What I tend to do is that in the field, I will get to the 2nd stage. Now, if you can get to 3rd stage if you want, then blast them, okay? And then it goes away, right? So you've got just enough time, okay, to blast them with 2 hits of your skills, and then you're back on. You can also cast your Blizzard, which is what you'll see us doing, and then start reducing their chill resistance. All right, and then once your Blizzard ends, they take the massive damage, and then bada bing, bada boom, you hit them with the big ones. Okay, so this is in general the methodology that we are going to use and apply. All right, so this is what we're going to actually be doing in the field. That's how this works. So unique ability does not mean, all right, and just to show you one more time, the unique ability does not mean that you get minus 35% and then another minus 35%. No, only Void Gaze or Appalled Calling, it's either or, only one can apply at any given time. So do be aware of that. Okay, all right. And as for the super cool plasma, as you can see, the stacks will continuously apply on the target. But the second you stop firing, the stacks go away. So it's realistically only useful for as long as you're firing. That's why the super cool plasma, the reason I put it on is not actually for the Colossi fights. I actually put the super cool plasma on for the mobbing side, because you can actually use this for mobbing as well in the field as a nice little weapon. But I'm going to demonstrate mostly against Colossi. If you guys want to use it for mobbing, you use it mostly at the end stages when the boss comes in, and then you just deal massive damage to him with Viessa. All right. And again, the mobbing build is something y'all should already be familiar with because it is on my channel. If you cannot find Viessa's mobbing build, just leave a comment and I'll go get the link for you. All right. Both her bossing and mobbing builds are on my channel. You can just use them both. Okay. Now we're going to demonstrate this in some Colossi fights so that you can actually see how this works in the field. I would love to demonstrate the mobbing, but it's not really as relevant and it's faster to just demonstrate on Colossi. All right. So I'll just go through the process on a really easy executioner battle. We're not going to use the pyro because there's no point in using it on pyro since pyro will die anyway. We'll go executioner, dead bride, swamp walker, and this will just show you. And then finally, last but not least, we'll do infernal walker. Okay. So this is a quick demonstration going through various bosses to show you the variety of situations that you're going to encounter when using this build paired with Clairvoyance. You'll see just how easy it is to waste your opponents by literally sapping their chill resistance. It acts as a very, very nasty way of increasing your damage, and I love it. Okay, so we'll go fast. Here we go. Now, this is practically a warm-up. So just take note of what we do and how we do it. Okay, it's really simple to do. Now, if you're using my bossing build, you should be able to spread some chill roads, yeah? Okay, first you put down your blizzard, and then while it's dishing out damage, you sap the enemies, okay? You sap the enemy down like that. Now, sometimes the enemy will phase, especially if you don't get a lucky crit, but again, that's not really a problem. It's just the executioner and, in fact, any other enemy. You should probably have your enduring legacy also built up for those kinds of situations in case they do phase. All right. And then, well, it's over. So if you don't get lucky on the crits, the enemy may last phase. If you get lucky on the crits, it's over for them. Unfortunately, even with 100% crit rate, you can't guarantee crits because that's not how it works. All Colossi have some degree of crit resistance, and you guys know this, right? Okay, so there you go. That's that. This is with 100% crit rate using her bossing build. But still, you cannot guarantee the crits. So sometimes the Colossi just won't take the crit. Okay, now we're going to repeat the same thing on Dead Bride. Okay, because Dead Bride is a chill-based enemy, and we will demonstrate against that. You could also apply this on Gluttony, but Gluttony is better killed with gun builds. I still firmly believe that it's better to take on Gluttony you want to with my Enzo or my Haley build. That is going to do a lot better for you. All right. Skill-based builds are better for other stuff, as you all know. And if you don't know that, well, check out the streams and I'll happily show you on days when I'm bossing or whatever. Go. Okay, since Dead Bride's moving backward, usually what we'll do is a little something like that. Unfortunately, she moved, so nothing much we can do there. All right, in between this, as you can see, I'm in between my shots. I'm casting. Okay, she may phase, but that's okay if she does. This is very common. Now, even if she phases, it's okay. Unfortunately, Dead Bride does not hang out in your Blizzard AoE, no matter how much you want her to. Okay. I don't think she's a fan of the Blizzard. Now, again, please stand outside of her AoE. And all you gotta do is just break the little thing. Sap the resistance, as per normal. And kill her off. Okay? So with Dead Bride, you can one phase if she stays in the Blizzard the whole way and gets knocked down during it. Then when she's knocked down, you cast Blizzard. But if she doesn't stay in the Blizzard, like she teleports out like that, she may go more than one phase. Unfortunately, most of your damage comes from Blizzard. So yeah, you're going to have to deal with that, but still okay. This is a part of the problem with bossing with Viessa. Now, one thing which I will say is that if there are builds out there that claim that they are so much better just because they can one phase this stuff, you do realize that some people can film their video multiple times. So yeah, most of the time what they do is that they film until they get a one phase run and then they show it off. I prefer not to do that. I'd rather show you authentic results, because what you're going to realize most of the time is that the Colossi walk, and they will walk out of your stuff quite often. All right. So Swamp Walker, as you all know, is the so-called wall for the hard mode bosses. Why? Because he phases really quickly and he's more or less annoying. So I'll just demonstrate a quick Swamp Walker battle as well. All right, most of this time, if you cannot kill it in one phase, you'll kill it in two, and it's usually not difficult to get them out of phase. Quite frankly, you will one phase most things on a good day if your crits hit. Because although you have 100% crit rate, right, you're still going to have like the crit resistance of the Colossi, which we do not know for sure because it's not disclosed to us. Some have more than others, so you might still get unlucky with the crits. Okay, standard procedure again.
This could get messy. My shield is down.
Now, if you get a nice little knockdown like that, good. Celebrate.
My shield is down.
Okay, like I said, you might get this down to 2 phases, just like so.
This could get messy.
Try to avoid the poison missiles, yeah.
My shield is down.
Okay, once that's done, once again, what you do,
One ice flow coming up.
hit him with that. Let the Blizzard do its work. Okay, unlike Blizzard the company. There you go. Okay, so Swamp Walker is also no problem. What you can't kill in one phase, you'll kill in 2. So you can very easily up your bossing damage with this and take advantage of all the insane damage that she already does. Okay, so there you go. Now, last but not least, I'll go kick Infernal Walker's ass, and I'll show you how this applies. The same principle applies, but you have to stay a little bit further because the flame fart will kill you. And we all know how bad that is, owing to how much you've seen it on my streams, where I get farted on by Infernal Walker and then die. So let's go. We'll do a public match as well because it's part of the fun. I mean, I could do a private match. But okay, you know what? Tell you what, I'll just do a private. It'll be easier if I do it private anyway, and I can just show you how this operates. Viessa in these matches involves a lot of running away, and you can also take advantage of your 3 lives, especially if you're solo, because you will dish out fairly good amounts of damage to him. So take advantage of that. Use your death reset if you need to. It's all viable. Okay. So here's how we do it. If you want to go Mr. Solo Dolo. Dolo. There we are. Okay. Wait for this guy to come down from the heavens. Kide. Trigger your running man skill. And then as soon as it's ready, hit him with that. You want to make sure the first cast is a hit. And if he does this, please duck. Okay? Once I get enough resistance, that's when I hit him again. And I'll try and use up everything. Now, you will want to, okay, at the very least, try and reload your weapon so you get to the next stage. Get it to stage 2 and you can cast. Alright, if you're not death resetting, or you haven't death reset just yet, don't try for a death reset, but, you know, as much as you can. Yeah, there you go. There's a death reset right there. So, it will happen, okay, especially solo. Use that to your advantage, okay, and abuse it. But try not to die if you can avoid it, yeah? Always get to the right stage of damage before carrying on with your skill spamming. You want to make sure that you are at the level where your appalled chilling, appalled calling or whatever will apply. So make sure that happens, okay? Flame again! Oof. Okay, now it's the real deal. So this is the last bit. If he gets knocked down, abuse it, abuse it, abuse the moment. Okay, and finish him off. And he's done. Okay, so there you go. You can do it solo with death resets if you want to. Especially with this, it's fairly easy to do and you can avoid the potential failures. Kill time's about 1 minute-ish. You can probably get it faster if you get lucky with your crits. And also if he doesn't flame fart on you too much. But yeah, if you're doing it this way, then you can absolutely do it like that. Okay? So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope the demonstrations were helpful. This is how you apply the Clairvoyance in actual fights. Go off, enjoy using this with Viessa, and absolutely decimate whatever targets you want. Okay? If you enjoyed my content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And before we go, we always have to... Oh, and please, if you haven't already, please register me as your creator. I'm counting on you guys for support. If I don't get your support, I can't keep carrying on with this. So I need as many supporters as I can. So please do hit me with that support if you haven't already. Link is in the video description. Here are our top, okay, stream supporters. Now this is different from the Nexon support. The stream supporters, here are our top supporters for January. Top tipper is CG Mayhem. Top tipper list includes Bravo7910. Top super chatter is D Russ. Top super chatter list includes Lawbreaker, Phil the Megapint, George Tishon, Chanel Name, Sir Tommy. Top channel membership gifter is Arcane Silver 300. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. And I'll see you guys on Monday, okay? Enjoy the build. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.